Welcome to another episode of Risk. This is another 4-player fixed card game on classic Risk map which is being played with expert plus public lobby players. Settings, alliances, balanced blitz dice rolls and 60 seconds per turn. And then additionally this game is being played with blizzards which seem to be very impactful this time, well at least 2 of them, on the Central America and Greenland territories. As they make South America with 1 border, Europe with 3, and then finally the most impactful change of them all is North America with only 1 single border to guard. So if someone successfully captures and holds it, then this player should have a big advantage against others. But obviously with me not being able to go for North America, I decided to go for a continent which would be more suitable to capture. And the most reasonable choices seem to be South America, Africa and Australia. In South America the pink player had a lot of troops, so I didn't want to risk of him possibly deciding to contest for it with me rather than moving his troops out. Then when it comes to Africa, the African player will be either invaded by the South American player putting the army on North Africa, or if not, the African player would be blocking the troops of the South American player, kinda making him trapped. And when there's North American player with only 1 border to guard, the conflicts among other 3 players should be really avoided, so I think it's better to leave Africa for South American player and go for some other continent instead. And when then it came to considering capturing Australia, I saw that there are some troops of the blue player, but then he had quite more troops in Europe, and also his Asian troops were next to Europe as well, so I thought it's very likely for him to go for Europe rather than try to contest for Australia with me adding my troops there. And as you can see, the blue player was very nice to move out his troops out from Australia to let me capture it with him already having Europe. So that's really appreciated. The green player is going to be very powerful with 1 border North America, and the only way to stop him will be through the teamwork, with all 3 of us working all together. So unless if the green player decided to attack some of us, or then eventually eliminate 1 of us from the game. But if not, the only way to break through his border will be by us crushing some troops into him altogether, so eventually we would be able to destroy him. As you can see, the blue player has just moved out his troops from Africa as well, to help the pink player out to capture it, and I've just done the same. It's important for us 3 to be friendly to each other to build strong relationships, as obviously the biggest threat for us in this game is the green player. So with the blue player capturing Europe, and with the pink player South America plus Africa, I want that they would eventually start crushing the troops into the green player's army once they are strong enough. Obviously in Australia I will be the weakest player, so if nothing's going on I will be the most likable player for the green player to eliminate, but I think it's still one of the best choices to turtle in Australia, as obviously I cannot attack neither blue nor pink. And to start crushing some troops into the green player alone would make him mad and I would just be eliminated with nobody helping me out, and with the green player being quite stronger and getting more troops than me. The blue player invaded pink into Africa, and unless the blue player is planning to take out the pink player, I would say it's a bad choice, as obviously we will need to work together to attack the green player, and if there's a conflict between some of us, then obviously it will just make the things for the green player easier to win. But if the blue player takes out the pink player for his cards, then everything might still be good, though the green player could be still very dangerous, so I'm not that totally sure. But with the green player removing pink's territories from Asia, and with the pink player not trading an A set at 4 cards, here an opportunity came for the blue player to try taking the pink player out. And with getting this blitz roll he is guaranteed to finish the pink player off. He is trading in 2 sets at once, but I think he should still get invaded by green. But there is also a possibility that the green player decides to be passive and lets the blue player to have all of those continents surpassing him the troop-wise. For now it's really unknown how the situation goes, so I will stay neutral for now. As if I attack 1 player, then another one gets a big advantage. So I'm just going to see if there's any of the help is needed for me to intervene. And I should be very careful with anything I do, as obviously in a situation like this the game could be very easily given away to another player with making one bigger mistake. And as you can see, the green player got so lucky to get the most fortunate blitz roll ever, breaking through the blue player's Ukrainian army. He not only invaded blue into Europe, Africa and South America, but actually even captured the whole South America for himself. So the things look very terrible for me and the blue player. Obviously the blue player had to unleash my biggest Australian army, and that's what he did. As with me having my army blocked in Australia, the game could be very easily won by the green player. Now he should be very careful with his decisions as well, as a mistake could lead him losing the game too. What I see is that the green player cannot take the blue player out, as then he would give away the game for me, and obviously I cannot crush the whole green player's army, as then the game would be given for blue. So what I decided to do is to manual roll the green player a bit with the gotten troops and just wait for another turn. If the green player weakens himself too much on blue and if I have a set, then I might take him out, or if the green player decides to be passive letting blue hold continents, then the game might be in a stalemating situation for a bit. But as you can see, the green player decided to invade blue into all of his continents, so what I need to hope is that the blue player captures as many territories of green as possible. That would be ideal for me. He didn't recapture Europe, but that's fine also. I think it should be enough troops to take the green player, and then I will additionally trade in a set to invade the blue player into his continents. So yeah, with getting a good blitz roll crushing the green player's biggest army, I think I have just won the game with the ability to trade in a set. Though I could be wrong, as what if the blue player has a set at 3 cards while I don't have one at 5. So we are going to see, but I think I have more chances to succeed. Instead of risking 9 versus 8 blitz roll, I decided to capture a few more territories of the blue player. But oh wow, he got so lucky to trade in a 10 troop set at 3 cards, so the game might not be over yet. But I'm lucky to trade in a set at 3 cards as well of 6 troops though, but it's still very valuable in a situation like this one. The blue player didn't capture any continent which I wouldn't be able to invade, so I think I clearly have the advantage. I think it might have been more worth for the blue player to try capturing and guarding North America, but maybe with me having a set the situation would have still been the same for the blue player, the losing one. As you saw, I trapped him from invading me into Africa, Europe and Australia, but with him getting lucky manual rolls he was still able to invade Africa. But that doesn't really change the fact that I won. I will just trap him once again one more time. Let's see if I get lucky 1v1 manual rolls, to make sure to wipe out the blue player from South America. Because you know, if you manual roll with only 1 die, then you can leave just 1 troop on a newly captured territory instead of the usual 3. As you saw, I tried twice but they weren't successful, but even without me capturing South America there's no way that the blue player is making a comeback. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then I would recommend checking some of these out as well. Highly improve your skills by simply watching Risk videos.